Look this way, click. Look over here, click. Now over here, click. Miss Diana Ross has arrived. My God! Listen. Nobody can do it the way Diana Ross Boss can. Hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Ballards. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's looky would be our fingertip rings. Ooh, I don't have my nails done, but I still think they look pretty cute. I love them. Not too many people are wearing them. This is the pearl one. Ooh, look at the middle finger. I don't have no problems with nobody. This is our bling one, and this is just our fingertip ring, plain and simple. They look good with nails on them too. I just love them. I seen Erykah Badu wear them first, and I was like, ooh, I got to get some of them, right? And then I found them, and now I am offering them to you. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's begin talking about, Call Her Miss Ross, the unauthorized biography of Diana Ross, by Randy Teraboli. I don't know that man. I don't know him. The book opens up at Florence Ballards' funeral, okay? If you were alive during that time, then you know that it was a spectacle. You hear me? And then you got all these people hanging around just to be nosy. Let me tell you, I was at the funeral for that Temptations guy who shot himself in the head. So I know you got to get here early if you want a good spot. And at that funeral, honey, I saw all the Motown stars. They was crying and acting so sad and miserable. Got me some great pictures too that day. As the limousine slowly inched its way towards the new Bethel Baptist Church, police officers cleared away people who were peering into its tinted windows and blocked its path. Who is it? Who's in it? Someone asked. Is it her? When the car stopped in front of the church, a tuxedoed chauffeur jumped out. The crowd surged forward. A back door opened. Two more men in black suits got out. Finally, one of them opened the remaining door, and a long black stockinged, high-heeled leg peeked out. Toes pointed demurely. It is her. She looked very small, almost frail, in a black coat trimmed with sable at the collar and cuffs, a matching knit cloaked styled hat, and gold hoop earrings. Her face was expertly made up, contoured, blushed, and highlighted. Heavy lashed eyes were properly mournful. She was immediately the center of attention, though she seemed to be oblivious to it all. Flanked by 4 stone-faced bodyguards, she bowed her head as she walked through the charged crowd. Everyone started taking pictures. Look this way, click. Look over here, click. Now over here, click. Miss Diana Ross has arrived. Ooh! Listen, Listen, nobody can do it the way Diana DeRose Boss can. Now, I know some of y'all mad like, ooh, why would she do that? You know, take all the attention from Flo. Listen, you can't help it if you got that bling, that thing, okay? What did you want her to do? Come through the crowd looking like a pauper? No, that's not Diana's way. Flashing backwards. Flo, she's the quiet one. Diana had said when she introduced the Supremes during their nightclub act. But she had it all wrong. Maybe it was wishful thinking because in life, Florence Ballard had never been one to keep quiet about much. In the 60s, Florence Ballard, Mary Wilson, and Diana Ross, the Supremes quickly became the most successful American vocal group of their day. Rising from the Brewster projects of Detroit in the most prestigious nightclubs and concert halls in the world, they had, by 1965, ranked up an inviolable string of unforgettable hit records. The leading proponents of Detroit's homebred music called the Motown sound. Their only logical peers in the pop world were the Beatles and Elvis Presley. From the start, Diana Ross had the rare star quality, stage presence, and unique singing voice that immediately set her apart from the other two. Is it Diana Ross' fault that she stood out and that she took the extra step to stand out? And she was not going to be sitting in the background for nobody, for anybody, you know? But let's move forward. From the start, Diana had the rare star quality, stage presence, and unique singing voice that immediately set her apart from the other two. But along with her talent and ambition, there was a certain amount of ruthlessness. She was famous and her fans adored her, but she was not popular among her Motown peers. So now we're going to reflect back on Sugar Ray right quick, okay? Sugar Ray did say, Sugar Ray meaning Berry Gordy's second wife, Raynoma Gordy Singleton. We lovingly call her Sugar DeRay, okay? But she said that while Berry Gordy was spending all his money and putting all his money behind making Diana Ross the star of Motown, you got what she considered more talented people over there in the corner looking like, whoa, hold on. We can sing too. You know, we got talent over here too. So a lot of money they feel was wasted on promoting Diana Ross. There are some people who feel slighted because of Diana Ross, right? And half the, the ill will that they have towards Diana ain't Diana's fault. Bertie Gordy chose to put that money behind her. Okay, what you mad at Diana for? By 1967, she had become the star of the act, much to Mary and Florence's dismay. They thought that the group was what mattered, but Diana was never group-oriented. She knew early on that the Supremes were but a stepping stone on her way to the top. As far as she was concerned, if Mary and Florence couldn't figure out a way to make the group work to their advantage, that was their problem. Okay? So this is the thing. I want to know, do people feel the same way about Beyonce leaving Destiny's Child? Answer no. I know y'all ain't mad about that. I know y'all ain't, because you love the Beyonce. I love the Beyonce too, only because she's patterned after the boss. Okay? But you can't be mad at Beyonce because she chooses to go out on her own. And it was clear that Beyonce was the star from the beginning. She was groomed to be the star. In the beginning, when it was like, how many was it in the original Destiny's Child? Like 7 or 5 or 12, something like that. I don't know, because they went through a whole bunch of bitches till they, came across the girl Michelle, who they say is like 90, okay? But, and got bad nerves. Michelle got bad nerves, girl. That lady got some bad nerves. Years later, Florence recalled that when I was getting pissed off, I said, look, Barry, she's grown. If she wants to walk all over people to get to the top, then that's her business. I'm not going to make her feel no better, but agreeing with it. Well, and I respect Florence. Okay, if the bitch going to leave, then let the bitch leave. I don't give a fuck. I'll hold the door open for the husband. Anyway, guys, look, when we were doing a Q&A the other day, somebody had said that they heard that Berry Gordy had some mob ties or some affiliation, right, with gangsters, right? I don't doubt it. And remember when we was talking about how Berry Gordy sold Motown for $61 million, and all of us was taken aback like, what? Motown's name is worth $1 billion even back then, okay? And remember this, when Berry Gordy sold it to, who was it he sold it to? Was it RCA for $61 million? RCA turned around and sold it to somebody else for $300 million, okay? So I just don't think that was a good deal, right? But we know that Berry Gordy has issues with gambling, at least back then. I don't know about now, okay? I don't know if they, at the casino propping his ass up at the table. I don't know. Me, it's such a strange business move that I was like, I bet that has something to do with his gambling. One time him and Flo was getting into it, right? They going back and forth because Berry like, look, you drunk, bitch, okay? That's something that Mary Wilson said too, and you gaining too much weight, bitch. And Flo is emotional. She's like, fuck you, Berry Gordy, fuck you. You'll be sorry. Berry Gordy like, sorry about what? Letting your fat ass go? You know that ninja don't have no respect for nobody, and he talk out the side of his neck. Right. She was like, you think you so special? You can get got like anybody else. Berry Gordy said to her, do you know who you talking to? Bitch, I know way more about you than you think I do. Ooh, danger. I admire Flo's strength for standing up to Berry Gordy, because God knows Murder Wilson wouldn't. That bitch wouldn't stand up to walk into a store. Okay, Mary Wilson wouldn't do it, but Flo did. I admire her strength for telling him to kiss her ass. But at the same time, we don't have time for your emotions in business, girl. Actually, Mary Wilson was the quiet one, not Florence Ballard. Mary was content to be a supreme at whatever cost. She watched and waited to see what would happen next. But Florence shouted and made threats claiming to have embarrassing information on Berry Gordy's business practices. She quickly became a threat to Gordy's peace of mind. We know this part from Mary Wilson's book, okay? But Mary Wilson told it a different way, okay? Like I told you, some people just got a warped sense of reality, okay? I'm betting that this was the truth. The scene was a party hosted by Berry at his home in Detroit, the auspicious Gordy Manor on Boston Avenue. Mary Wilson continued being a cockeyed optimist despite all that happened to the Supremes, believing that there should be something shared between them. What exactly? She wasn't sure. Not content to leave well enough alone, she wanted to bring the three original girls together again. She selected this Motown party at Berry's mansion to effect a reconciliation. Remember this, Mary begged Flo to come. Remember, Flo didn't want to come. Mary kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Why didn't you just leave that girl alone? Berry don't like Flo. Flo don't like Berry. If a nigga don't like me, I'm not going in their goddamn house. But Mary being, oh, come on, go! Florence once claimed that the trouble started when Diana sidled over to her and tugged on her long fall wig she was wearing. I told her, don't do it again. She claimed, and then she ran over to Berry and told him that I was trying to start something. They were acting like spoiled little kids. Two of the most famous and important figures in pop music history, and this is what it had come to. Flo was pregnant with the twins. She would have had the baby prematurely just days after the party, and she had had one can of beer too many. Are they trying to say that Florence was drunk at the party? Is that what they trying to say? Mary Wilson didn't mention that she was pregnant, I don't think. I can't remember. But is that what they trying to say, that the baby was pregnant and drinking beer? I mean, it ain't like it ain't never happened before, but I'm like, is that what this book is saying? I don't like that. I don't like that part. I hope it's not true. She and Diana exchanged words. The more antagonistic Florence became, the more troublesome Diana proved to be. And bitch, you stop coming over here and bothering me. Now, that was what Mary Wilson said. Okay, that she said. Flo shouted, her speech now slurred. Diana skulked over to Barry, angrily whispering something in his ear. Barry then went to Florence and told her that she would have to leave the party since she wasn't invited in the first place. See, at that point, that's when I would cuss Mary the Wilson out. Bitch! I told you I don't want to be here. And Mary Wilson said that, Flo wasn't harsh to her, but Mary was like, see, this is why I didn't want to come, because I don't want to be bothered with these two niggas. Why would you invite me to somebody else's house that don't like me? Now, back to the funeral, okay? Diana did not try to slip anonymously into the church and sit with her own mother, Ernestine, and with Mary and all of the other mourners who were not family. Rather, Diana chose to make a spectacular entrance. She sat in the first pew reserved for the deceased immediate family, right next to Florence's grieving mother and husband, Tommy Chapman. That nigga. Watch that nigga. She couldn't have been any more conspicuous. One Detroiter observed, look at her. She's showboating, trying to upstage Florence at her own funeral. Be quiet, sit down and be quiet, shouted Reverend C.L. Franklin, singer Aretha Franklin's father. It was becoming impossible to control the 2,200 people inside the church, some of whom came to pay tribute to Florence, but most of whom came to see what was left of the Supremes. It was an unusually warm winter's day and well over 90 degrees inside the overcrowded church. Cardboard fans were the only source of relief. A woman passed out in the back and her husband carried her away. Florence's mother, Lurlee Ballard, fanned herself frantically, eyeing Diana Ross suspiciously at her left, Flo's husband to her right. A heart attack had claimed Lurlee's daughter, Florence, at the age of 32. I don't know about this part, Diana. I might can't save you with this one, girl, okay? But while Diana was sitting next to the mother, she was holding one of Florence Ballard's kids in her lap. I'm like, wait a minute, what? I don't know, you might be doing a little too much. I don't know about that. I can't help you right there, Diana. You don't even know the baby. And you got the baby in your lap? Girl, bang. Could I have the microphone, please? She asked. Listen. Mary Wilson saying in her head, oh, Lord, please don't let this bitch call me to the front. Please don't let her call me up there, too. Please. No, Lordy, please. No. Mary, can you join me? Oh, fuck, the bitch called me. Oh. Mary and I would like to have a silent prayer, she announced. Okay? Shit! The bitch called me. I don't even know what to say. I hate that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me because I'm a preparationer. Okay? They, in the pulpit, with the mic, Diana Ross, silent, says her little thing, or not said because they doing a silent prayer, right? And then she just hands it to Mary. Diana Ross just passes the mic to Mary, and Mary goes, we loved her very much. She wasn't prepared. In the book says that them two hadn't talked to each other in years. There's no preparation. You ain't gonna say to me, or come over to me. You ain't gonna come over to me in the other pew where you belong and say, Mary, look, I think it's only right that we, say a small prayer at the end of blah, blah, blah. You ain't even gonna do that, girl. You just gonna throw me in a trick bag and just have me come up there and say some shit. Bitch, I didn't even know you knew what I look like anymore. I don't know, Diana. That was a trick bag, girl. That was a goop. When Diana left the Supremes, she went on to become a solo recording artist and a movie star, while Mary went on to try to pick up the pieces of the broken group. Florence went on welfare. Both women had their own problems and interests. But when Diana heard the news late 1974 that Florence was about to lose her house on Buena Vista Avenue in Detroit, she was genuinely shocked. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now, remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will be the same people that you meet on the way down.